Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective.
Systems high.
Enemies detected.
Your end is within my reach. Hear my bell.
You are safe with me. I have been restored.
A taste of poison.
Better. Much better. I will give you shelter. It's with you. Take everything from them. Your miscalculation will cost you everything.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
What matters is that we fight.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective.
I don't like losing. Shape up. I'm not letting go of the objective.
poison.
Let's get some healing beats going.
Journey on the objective.
Smash BPM.
The best defense is a good parry. My condolences. Another chance.
Oh yeah!
Each journey has its trials.
Your end is within my reach.
That's not right.
Once more into the breach. Further experimentation required.
Play of the day.
One. And we are here, ladies and gentlemen, with the 2023 NACE Overwatch 2 playoff finals with our two teams. Blue team Can't quite remember the name of the college. And UWRF, our own hometown. Now, we actually already just played through a game, so we are going to discuss it right now. I think we were on Ilios.
Yep.
Was the map pick.
Ilios.
And unfortunately, UWRF lost 2-0 on first to 3 round fashion. But it was a close fight. The first one was 100-0%, but the second one was much harder fought. I think we're starting to learn. I think we're starting to figure out how their comp flows. And I think for an escort map such as Kings Row, I think we're going to do a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a big thing especially was in Ilios was having the you want to trying to make sure you have the right competitive comp to block against what they had. And I must say the blue team, they wiped. I love UWRF, God represent, but I will say that I would have changed personally on some of the choices they made, specifically for supports, because I know at first they were doing Zen, which was pretty good, wonderfully played, and then they switched to Lucio. But I think that it was, if they should have stuck with Zen for the second one as well, since the blue team was also using Zen, so that way that if Zen activates his ult, which gives you the invulnerability, and you just sit on point, that way you at least have some way to combat it rather than just kind of sit there and wait it out.
Absolutely. Talking about the supports, I do believe Zen would have been a great pick, considering that you can just keep the healing orb onto the tank, and then when the Roadhog hooks you, which is what the tank went in the second round for blue team, would constantly be hooking the UWRF tank, Vinny, El Pollo Loco. And unfortunately, it was just a stomp from there. Pollo would just get completely annihilated from the Roadhog. All an enemy Zenyatta would Orb of Discord him, unable to get any heals. It's just an absolute stomp. But I do believe that the ult from our own Zendaya might have helped it out right there.
Absolutely.
No, but the shot by shot for last game, I do believe that we are learning from some certain mistakes. I do think the regrouping has the most potential that we have right now.
Yep.
I think that we are able to identify mistakes. I think that we are able to see, especially on the point of Ilios, where it's a very vertical map where there's a lot of buildings to scale and whatnot like that. We have players such as our own Aaron Hunter, as well as Agent 9, also known as Aaron and Jameson.
Yep.
I think that they're doing very well to listen to the IGL, Pollo. I think we're doing really well on listening to the supports on when they need their own support. When we need to pull back and regroup as a squad, I think we're learning. We're going very far in that regard.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like we are actually jumping right into our second game right now. So it is 1-0 for currently the red team. I believe this is. The name of the college is right on the tip of my tongue. I will be able to get that information shortly for you, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, we do have our UWRF representing the blue team this time. We have our fantastic cast of characters. We have Enderfire, also known as Nate. We have Arrow Hunter, also known as Aaron. Pollo, our IGL Vinny. Agent 9, our fantastic Genji player, our main fragger, also known as Jameson. And our lovely support on the Jaden 44, also known as Jaden. So Kings Row, we're defending first, which is actually interesting because I believe we usually attack first. It's just how the cookie crumbles this time around.
So,
how do you think this is? Let's look at the lineup right here. Doomfist. And we already knew Tracer was coming, which may be off meta, surprising, etc. like that. But we also know that Raccoon is known for his. Oh, and I guess it's going to even an even stranger pick.
Got
it. So, let's talk about that while we start up. We also have our own little Junkrat, also known as Aaron. Sneaking around. Oh, he's getting in the rat plays today.
I think definitely the Widow is an interesting choice of, actually, which she's pushing up.
Yeah, a very aggressive play right now. We have the Doomfist and I believe that is Genji. Yes, the Genji and the Doomfist pushing up right now onto the point. We have Pollo trying to lock it down with his firing burst and his hammer, bringing up the wall. The wall should be able to save our own Genji as well.
Good anti there. Looks like they're pushing back so far. I think it's
a very mobile, heavy team. We have the Doomfist jumping around as well as the. He might live. We have an Agent 9 on the backfield. 4 people are going after him. We have our tank trying to push up. Pollo's trying to push up, going for the Doomfist kill. Lands a few shots, but the healer is there just in time, and now they have the point. How are they going to bring this back, Tony?
I think it would be important if we push back the Tracer especially, because she's just sitting there and she's just going to keep wipe out your shield as Ryan. That's the biggest thing, is trying to get your DPS of some kind to know her position and take her out, which Nine's going, he's taking out the Ana.
Oh, great Ana play. The backline is total.
Tracer down.
And the Tracer, but he falls.
Which he held it very well, because it was a, I don't know if that was a full team wipe for sure, but we lost, I know for sure, our tank and both supports there as a Nine was fighting. So he held it very well, kept him busy while we had time to respawn and regroup.
And now we are repositioning right here in the middle of King's Row, and the Doomfist comes right in, ulties right after getting a kill. Let's see if we can get some more. Stunner lands another one on Jake. Now the support is gone. Our whole team is crumbling apart. The tank is gone. Now we have to have the fraggers back up. DPS is now moving back, trying to regroup, but they are on the hunt. Oh, and another one falls right there. Another DPS, and we have our last known player, Aaron Junkrat, ratting up in the corner. His namesake holds true, while the Ana pushes the move. Oh!
Beautiful trap there with the finisher. So it looks like there's only the Ana on point, which is very interesting, because I personally would want to have maybe a DPS or something on the payload as well to get that speed boost, push it faster.
I do agree, but I think that they were trying to hunt for that last player, and they ended up getting him. Aaron falls, but not before he has traded, and now the enemy tank, Doomfist, is off the clock. A little bit of a Tracer bomb, but nothing to worry about. We have all the heals in the world, and a huge Reinhardt all comes out from Vinny.
Beautiful. Keep it up, come on.
Oh, a great stun right there under the Doomfist. Ana throws down those little magic potions, but now there is an anti-heal.
So Vinny there looks like,
And now we're pulling back right onto the payload. We know Vinny is calling it right now. We don't want to overextend. We don't want to hunt these kills. Just let them regroup. We need to sit on the payload, push it back as much as we can. I think this is a fantastic call right now. But now we're back in the fight. I believe this is now, we're back to a 5v5. Doomfist is now at the moment trying to hit the backline. Low health, but he still takes out.
with the Kuriko coming in to give him the healing that he needs there. Which our Ana is still going. She took a Doomfist to the face and is still going.
An unlucky set of circumstances, but the Doomfist does not let up. He starts killing everyone, takes out Jaden, and takes out our other DPS. Oh, I mean support in the Ana.
I think it would be a very smart choice to either at the next checkpoint or now would possibly be to switch from Rhine to maybe Orisa to be able to, because Rhine you can do the rocket charge that'll stun Doomfist, but as Orisa you can go activate gold mode or whatever it's called to really interrupt him and stop his attacks.
Absolutely, I think that would be a great call right now, but I think we're sticking onto the Rhine right now just because that nice big arm shield that we can use to try and block more of these Genji attacks, but it doesn't matter when he comes in with a sword. But we have a huge ult from Aaron, takes out 2 of their DPS as the enemy Tracer and the enemy Genji is now down. We are starting to push up far. We are not letting them give any ground. No more slack right now. Doofus is trying to go for the backline. Misses his jump right there. You can't be doing that. He's still getting those heals. Not going to die yet, but definitely being punished. And our own Reinhardt is starting to drop down. Oh,
talk about a nail biter.
Gets stunned. The anti-heal's coming through. Unfortunately, the tank goes down. Poyo is down. Jaden tries to ult, but does not save him. Ends up just ulting herself. Pushing down the Doomfist, and it's not enough. Everyone is wiped. We need to regroup right now and spawn. Hopefully the payload does not hit the mark. We're about to see where we're going to go right here. We have a Tracer trying to edge guard right now, spawn camp us, as well as the Doomfist, but it doesn't seem like it's working out in their favor. They actually might lose their Doomfist right here. Or we might lose the Reinhardt if we look at like that. The ult doesn't get off. We do have a double kill with our Genji player right now. Hits him with the ult. Almost deflects, trying to take out the Sombra. Hunting her down. Hits him with the dash, and now we are back into the game. A triple kill from Agent 9. Fantastic work. What do you think of that play?
Yeah, I couldn't have done it better myself. No. I think it was, personally, with Vinny, I would have tried to shatter sooner. Because as soon as that Kuriko ult activates, there's not much you can really do against it. You can shatter, but you gotta get lucky there.
Absolutely, it's definitely 5%.
Tracer on the backline
10% concentrated power of will, and the Tracer does not have the power of will that we are looking for. Doofus is going to try and ult, try and maybe get a double, maybe try to get a pick, but it doesn't work out. Takes out Enderfire and takes out the auto player, but another one is traded back to Reinhardt. It is now a 3v4 in favor for UWRF, but we might have a fall right here. Our tank might fall. There's no support, there's no heal Doomfist ends up taking it out. A Widowmaker shot on the back line there. That's very interesting to see.
But I don't want to.
And that is the first round. Like you said, a nail biter. I was all over the place. I was scatterbrained, but that was exhilarating nonetheless. I have so much adrenaline in my system. Let's talk about that. Let's see if UWRF can come back to that. I want to know what you think about the Doomfist hitting the backline. That is the most mobile character we have seen yet, especially on a tank role, and he did wonders. How is UWRF going to counter that?
I think an Orisa is probably the best bet here. Granted, you could also do a Roadhog, because as soon as he gets that hook on you, you're done for. And then, honestly, they could do a Roadhog and Zen combo like they did in Helios to really combat them, to be able to hit him with that Discord and hook him, take him down.
I absolutely agree. And while I'm not sure about the specific counter picks, I do think that an Orisa right now, especially for that shield, I understand that the arm shield is mobile, but when you have the arm shield out, there's nothing much else that Poyo can do. He can only use the arm shield. There's no other abilities he can cast. He can't shoot a gun. But with Orisa, you're able to pop down that shield, give your teammates cover, as well as pumping out some DPS. I think that's what they need right now. I think too many people on the red team are living with 1 HP. I think they're all being one-shot, especially that Doomfist. The Kiriko isn't there. All the supports, in reality, the Ana isn't there half the time either. And the Doomfist is just going at it alone. I think as much DPS as we can pump out is the better.
Absolutely. Interesting choices from the red team here of Hanzo, Moira, Trace, and Tracer. Tracer, we figured as much, but definitely with the Hanzo, it's going to be a... which he's already got 12% in his ult there. Looks like he was just kind of floating up in the air and just taking pot shots where he could.
We're going to see a little bit of a backline play. Let's see if he can hunt down the Tracer. Right now we have Agent 9 on the back foot. If Jameson can get a pick. But it's actually Vinny up in the heat of it. A flank Reinhardt. Oh, and he takes him out with a put.
Taken down.
The Lucio kill, did not see that in any playbook I've ever seen, but now the tank is down and they're on the back foot.
Which we just lost our Ana and our Bastion there, so that's going to be a lot of damage taken away from us.
It is a trade back onto the Hanzo, but we do not have any support players up and running right now. I'm not sure where Aaron is on that Ana, but he is not close enough to heal Poyo, and our tank falls. Genshi is now last alive. Let's see if Jameson can pull it back. Bastion is also back up. We have Nate right now going into that turret mode, seeing if he can dish out as much damage as possible. But the Tracer ult comes in and blows him up right back into spawn. Let's see if he can. Oh, heavens to Betsy! I'm going all over the place because there's so many things happening right now. We're just jumping around like a leapfrog. The Doomfist is trying to hunt down Agent 9, but it is not working out. He lives with 1 HP, but we lost contention of the point. Let's see if we can bounce back, UWRF. Let's get it, Flatliners. Flatline, pardon. I'm wondering how they're going to be pushing up right here. We have a Discorded Bastion right now from that Ana, and a Hanzo ult that comes in and takes out 2 of our support and our
pushed him into the dragon there. It looked like, or at least he started to give him a big chunk of damage against Vinny.
That was very, very well team play, and the Doomfist just hunts him down.
I think, I don't know. I think a good choice here would maybe, rather than Ana, which granted she has that distance, she has that ability to heal quickly, especially anti the other people. Personally, I would maybe think go of a Moira route because you can send that orb in, because they don't have a diva or something like that to be able to deflect the healing orbs.
Correct.
So you can send that in and then send in the team.
Doomfist ult coming in. He does not have any heals with him, though. If we can just pump out a little bit of DPS on the Tracer or the Doomfist, we could take him out. But sadly, that is not it. An interesting pick from Poyo. I'm not sure if he was trying to just save up for an ult to suck them all in, or if he was trying to just make a steady beam of damage, like I was saying, and more DPS the better. But now we are seeing a regroup here at spawn.
Which immediately the Doomfist just hitting him right out the gate.
Right into the heat of the action right now. Well, this Doomfist must be getting paid hourly because he is not letting up.
Putting in the work.
Not to quote the Joker, but I mean, if you're good at something, never do it for free, right? Because he right now is working 9 to 5, pushing them back into spawn, and we are just sitting right here on an absolute tear. Sitting in spawn, unfortunately not much else to do. maybe deflect a few arrows at the Hanzo, but that is much it. We are trying to build up our ults right here. I can see we might be able to get in for a good push here. We actually have a few ults ready. We have our support ult. Oh, and two get taken out. We don't have our Genji ult anymore, and there goes our Lucio ult. We have to do another reset. I think what we're waiting for is the Bastion ult to come in. Once we get the mortars on the back line, we're going to be able to push up much faster with the Ana ult if he chooses to stim the Genji.
That'd be my play, honestly, is hit that back line, push him up away from that, get Genji in there nanoed, and beat is needed. Well, beat is needed, but still a good beat there.
And here we go. This is exactly what we were talking
sleep.
about. He gets sleeped, and we're hitting overtime. We got to get onto the point and contest it, but we are falling apart. A great push, a great effort right there, but unfortunately the target prioritization was not it. We went for the wrong people at the wrong time. A great attempt, but Tufts take the second map.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it was a fantastic try.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was a glorious effort by the UWRF team. I think we have a lot to learn. I think this was a fantastic experience to test it out. And this is actually play of the game. That Genji ult would have changed the game, but unfortunately the Ana hit the sleep at the perfect amount of time to net Hanzo that double kill and therefore give them the game. Wow, that was a nail biter. I don't care what you tell me. Both teams played it expertly. I think everyone had a lot of fun. I think that was an enduring game, nonetheless.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think definitely from comparing Ilios to King, granted, can't really compare the maps, but still, even comparing UWRF from the first match to this match, they definitely learned. They are trying many different ways. We just got to find the one that sticks, it seems like.
Variety is the spice of life, my friend, and there's no team that knows it better than our own one here at UWRF. We like to spice it up. We like to pick those off-meta champs, and sometimes it bites us in the butt, but it's very entertaining nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it is it a 3-0 map series? I'm not entirely sure. That is on my part. Said to the research, it is 2-0 right now. Is it a best of 5? And it is a best of 5.
All right.
I knew that the entire time. I was just testing the audience.
Yeah, of course.
But we are queuing up for map number 3. I think we're in the ban process right now, or we're trying to pick it.
Yep.
I think it's going to go to, and you're more of a professional on this matter than I am, I think we're going to another control point map.
Yeah.
Domination map. I really want to see Nepal. However, I understand that that is not a map that everyone likes to play.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It's controversial, but I really think that it's either they can do I'm blanking on it, Lijiang Tower, which is going to be a hot commodity, hard. You got to push them, got to hit them hard. Which UWRF, that's not. Especially on that map, I wouldn't say that's the way to go on this one. I don't know who's choosing the map for sure on this one, but I don't think that would be the way to go for at least Lijiang Tower. I don't know. There's another map that I'm trying to think of with the what is it? Route 66, I think. Or something.
Yes, Route 66.
Thank you. There you go. I couldn't think of the name there.
Oh, pardon me, not a hardpoint map, but a
The escort one. The
escort map.
Yep.
There we go. That it is. Tufts University is the other team we were going against. I knew that as well. I was just testing you guys. But fantastic play by them. I think that we are going to hammer home a lot of hiccups that we've done today.
Dorado.
But we're actually going to Dorado.
Oh,
which
interesting.
is
Okay.
Another personal favorite of mine. I'm very happy to see this one. I am super excited to see these two teams clash here. I think that Route 66 definitely would have been a little more fun because there's so many flanking. I think Lijiang Tower, as you brought up, that one is very fight heavy, as you have that little stairway up onto the second point that a lot of DPSs like to flank from, especially Genji players, and we know, Lord knows that we have a few Genji players in this lobby. So Lijiang Tower would have been a fantastic map to see, but also Dorado, I can't complain. This is a great one, and we're jumping right into it. Everyone's going to be picking up their teams, and we are shortly going to talk about team comp. I think that we're going to see a Reinhardt again. What do you think?
Definitely.
I think we're seeing Reinhardt on the UWRF side. I'm not so sure about Tufts University. Tufts might end up defaulting back to the Doomfist. They understand that it worked very well last time.
Yep.
I think that they understand that once they pick a mobile champion that can hit the backline, such as a Genji or a Doomfist, especially their Tracer, they're going to be able to hit UWRF hard. But actually, we are seeing a change-up in strategies from both teams, which is very exciting. My personal favorite pick is the Hamster ball, wrecking ball, that is. I want to know your opinions on this because this is, like I've been saying, a very, very mobile tank. It's a very backline heavy tank, but the difference is he's also very, very CC based.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a good choice for the Hamster is a good choice for, especially in the beginning of Dorado here, because you have that high ground and you need somebody to like Winston or even Sigma, where you want somebody that's going to either get that range for you or where you'll be able to get up high and push them out.
Absolutely, and we are right into it. We have Aaron pushing up into the top, trying to get an early pick as his DPS, but the Genji is hot on his heels, uses the grab, not the grab lift, the explosive to jump back up, but sadly he's taken out by this Zenyatta, and now the rest of the team has to recoup the ball. Like we've been saying, is up in their face, getting that vertical control. The up and down movement with that character is just absolutely insane with the grapple hook. But we have Poyo going right into the back line. Let's see if he can get it. Tries to suck up some damage, but unfortunately has to default out. And I think this is what he was going for. He understood that he was dying so much by just pushing in. He wanted a character that he can jump out of the suit with. However, that doesn't seem like it's going to be working out because this Genji is on the hunt. 6-man with a triple right now. And we have Aaron invisible with the Sombra. If you guys don't know, this is a very interesting character. She can hack medkits. She can turn invisible. She's got a cute little pew-pew SMG. And he's going right in the back line. Oh my goodness, a great rad play right there. Almost pays off the Ana. Great reflexes by her. Getting the stim off, making sure that she can heal. And I think Aaron's still alive. He's still sneaking around somewhere. Almost gets a pick. He stops the payload. A one-man army in the back line. The Hamster is trying to find him. Can't seem to sniff him out. And he's still back there. Might get a pick on this Genji right here, but no, he decides to pull away into the vault. Let's see if he's going to make a play for the bank or if he's just going to pull back with his team.
I would say pull back with the team for now, especially because you have the ball or the Hamster right up front there.
But we are going in, and he doesn't have any healers right now. But the Hamster, that mobility pushes back with the healers, so he's safe and sound. The Sombra is on the front line. That is not where you want to be, Sombra. You should have known this, Aaron. You were sitting on the back line, and you were doing wonders. But that's all right. That's a lesson learned. We're doing fantastic. Goes in and pops right back out. Let's see if Poyo can get a pick, but sadly not. Shamrock shuts him down with the Ashe, and we have our Genji player against the Hamster player reloading, going back and forth, trying to melee each other. The Sombra is back into it as well, and Agent 9 lives. Unbelievable Genji work right here. The mobility is insane. The mechanical skill is just completely absurd. I love that play right now. They're still trying to hunt him down. Genji v Genji tries to block. Both pull out their blockers right now, and we have a healer. Back to back. We got an Orb Discord right now. Back onto the Sombra player. Does not want to frontline anymore. He learned from his past mistake. Teleports back. And we finally have our first Diva ult here. Let's see if it works out. And it does pay off. It does. Oh, but it sadly does not kill anybody out. Despite the kill feed, it was actually the Hamster Ball ult that got a kill. However, fantastic effort nonetheless.
Although the Deval did take care of a lot of the concussion mines that the Hamster put down right at the doorway there, because that's a hot spot. You want to lock that down, because as soon as you get that up there where the payload is blocking it, you can't. If you have a good Moira with an ult, you could maybe take him out and stuff like that. But it's hot. You gotta be lucky.
Very, very difficult task. It had a Herculean event, if I do say so myself, a trial, if you will. But nonetheless, it's a trial to fight River Falls at their own game. We are not out of this yet. We still have heart, we still have passion. We are pushing back the payload, we are playing as a team. I do think that we're a little split on that last fight, which is why we lost, but I think we're learning right now. I think we're trying to play more concise and push together as a team, as a group of 4, while we have our Sombra player hit the backline. I think that's our best strat right now. We do have 6-man picking up an ult kill. And Poyo gets a kill with the unsuited Diva. Let's see if he can make it for 2. We actually have Agent 9 getting a melee onto their healer. hitting the backline right now. Where is the Sombra? We need some support from my man Genji. Does not make it. The Sombra is actually taking the front line, going back invisible. Maybe gonna hit the backline now. She's trying to sniff around, but I think the healers already got to him. No, they didn't. The healers did not get to Genji, and the kill is secured. That was a very, very late trade by the Sombra onto her fellow Genji, but it worked out. That is a 1-for-1 trade in DPSs, and now we're pushing back the payload.
I think definitely our biggest bet here is, since we have the Genji ult, the Sombra ult, and the Ana ult, would be to push them back, get them all in a group, especially on the payload or something like that. Sombra ult, get the EMP going. Ana will nanoblade Genji and just blade it, take him down. Because it looks like Zen does not have the... Oh, there we go.
Oh, and
there we go.
Agent 9 just goes in slash, and he decides that I want this game for myself. I am not losing. My team is staying in it. Hamster is trying to get the refrag. Where is his team? Where is our support for my man Genji? There it is. We have some heals coming back in, and we are back in this fight. Fantastic Genji ult and a great triple kill right there for Agent 9. Walk me through that play.
Speaks for itself is the best way to put it, honestly. It was beautiful, especially with having the, I don't know who for sure it was, of having the distraction on the side while Genji was going up in the air and getting ready to just strike him down.
And Aaron sitting here with another sneaky rat play. It does not pay off. Sadly, missed a little too many of those SMG shots, but I like what he was going for.
Absolutely.
I think that was a great strategy. I think taking out the Widowmaker, especially someone who only excels at long-range battles, taking out their DPS, probably one of their best ones, 6 men, would have been the way to go. Sadly, just missed out on a few shots, and I think that's what gave him the round.
Yeah.
We got a 3-0 score, but we can bounce back. We got a lot of time to do so, and I think UWRF can pull it out.
Absolutely.
I think what we need to do is just change a little bit of our strat. I think our comp is great, though.
Yo, yeah. I don't know. I think especially with the Ana, though, it seems like, granted, on both teams there's been an Ana every single match, it seems, or at least in some form. I know Jaden just recently in this last one switched to Moira, which I think really helped a lot of being able to send out those healing orbs, and even if you send out a few damage orbs and stuff like that, getting that little bit of, just that tiny bit of being able ult charge, because you could send it out and then just not have to worry about it, and that's free ult charge for you as Moira, which they got the Moira and Ana for sure. Red team going with the...
Ooh. And we're going to see,
go.
I don't believe we can see the new character for another little bit.
I think we got at least 1 week for
I think
sure.
we have a week. It's before we see Lifeweaver, but once he is in competitive play, I am very excited to see him in comp. I want to see how people at the collegiate level use him. I want to see how people use him in the national circuit. I'm very excited to see how he changes the meta, because honestly right now, I don't want to call it stale, but it definitely can use a little bit of a lively tweak.
Absolutely.
And I think Lifeweaver is the perfect character to do so.
Yeah.
Now, the Roadhog pick is something very interesting. You talked about this earlier, is Roadhog as a direct counter to their backline. Instead of going for the tank or letting the tank come to them, such as the ball, what it's doing right now, we're going to bring the enemy to us on our own terms. And I think that's what we're going for right now, but sadly, the ball is just soaking up so much damage, and we already lost Aaron, so we lost our Ana early. And that is not looking great out of spawn. I think we need to regroup already while pushing the payload.
Yeah, and you can already see it now, even with an Orb of Discord just constantly bouncing around. Because that's one nice thing about Zen, that he can whip that orb around and there's not a cooldown or anything like that. So if he's like, hey, I'm fighting so-and-so, put the orb on them, or if, for example, the enemy Moira is nearby, you can throw the orb to her with no issue. So I think that'd be a good choice to maybe switch out for Ana.
Oof. Poyo uses those great Roadhog heals. If you don't know, those are his tacticals, so he just gets a free heal every, what is it, like 10, 11 seconds?
11 seconds, yeah.
But sadly, it was not enough. The ball comes in and hooks him. Takes out the Jade our Moira as well. But we get one back. Right now, Agent 9, Jameson, popping up some stickers, gets a little pick onto the Bastion, says, all right, guys, we have a kill. Let's start regrouping. They're starting to get scared now. Let's push up. And he's right into the thick of it. I do think that Tufts University...
Beautiful.
Oh, great hook right there. That is why we picked the Roadhog. I think I was just about to say the position that Tufts University has right now is great. I think the high ground control is exactly the way to counter UWRF. But when you have a Roadhog hook like that, there's not many things to counter.
Oh, goodness, no.
It was the perfect person to pick up, too. The Zenyatta.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was a great pick. And now we're right on the payload. We're pushing it right back up. We have a Roadhog ult, too, just in case they want to get a little sneaky and go for some melee characters. However, it looks like with the Ashe and the Widowmaker, they're just trying to keep their range for now.
Yeah. Honestly, the best bet here would try to be, which they know where, I'm assuming they know where Roadhog is there, they're just waiting for him to come out there. Anna's taking a few little sneaky shots there on Roadhog, but the best bet would just be, which it seems like they're doing, of have them focus the tank, get Roadhog on point so they're watching him, have somebody loop around on him. Loop around on the rest of them, do a Nano Blade even, which... which they might be getting ready to do.
Yeah, I was about to say, a Nano Blade might be coming. It looks like we actually have Asian 9. We have Jameson hitting the backside with those Genji climbs. As I've said, this character has so much vertical mobility. Trying to hit the back line. Goes for the Widowmaker. The Widowmaker sees him, takes out the mine, and now it's a 1v1 between the DPS. Let's see what he wants to do.
Oh.
Seems like he's recalling.
Falling back, yeah.
Falling back with the team. Oh, but the hamster is there. He does not want any breathing room for this squad.
Much better.
Which very good choice for Agent 9 there to fall back, especially against the Widow, because as soon as if she knows where you're coming from in a doorway, she charges up her power, and there's not much you can do against it.
I also think it's a smart play, considering that she was probably calming her team, but you can't calm against that. The sword and the shurikens go right into his face, and now the Zenyatta is in trouble. Agent 9 wants more, but the Orb of Discord prevents healing, and he falls. Roadhog back on the top, trying to get some refrags out. Ball is staying on the point. It's a 3v2. Oh, make it a 3v1. It is just our Roadhog player going to stay on the point. He's going to go for a quick little kill. He understands that all the healers are out. But if all the healers are out, then there's nobody to heal him either. So now it's just a game of attrition. We got the Moira ult coming in, just making sure that Poyo is staying up.
Giving the little top off of the health, which actually we have an Ashe that's nano there. Interesting choice of Ashe of all people.
Oh, when the Roadhog ult comes out, definitely less for damage and more for getting them off the point because we didn't want the game to end, but there it is. Tufts take the map and Tufts take the series. I think it was very well fought.
Absolutely.
I think it's not my place to say where the responsibility lies, where the issues lie. However, I think our teamwork, I will say, is apparently, very, very apparently to anybody, fantastic. Nothing short of great plays from these characters. I love this play right here from Jameson on the Genji. That is what he is known for, going in with those front head, not the somber sneaky plays that we're used to Aaron seeing, but the front-lining Genji, which is, you don't see a lot of tank Genjis nowadays.
Yeah. I know it's super interesting as well from just speaking to Jameson about his playstyle and stuff like that, that he's a very quiet person, but and when we were discussing about this, that I was like, how can you be so aggressive with Genji but also be so effective? And he's like, it's all about the mobility. You got to just be ready to move, you got to know when to pull out, and you got to know when to push in. It's honestly the best bet there.
I absolutely agree. Well, that is what we call a finisher for the ages for our series here. Thank you all for attending. We want to thank our viewers. None of this would be possible without you and our wonderful UWRF program here. I want to thank Dylan Gentlecore, our varsity coach, for helping set up all these NACE teams. I want to thank the NACE team themselves. The Overwatch team fought valiantly today. It was a very entertaining series, and that's what I was excited for. Again, thank you all. Thank you for accompanying me here, Tony.
Of course.
It was great casting
Pleasure.
with you. And don't forget, tomorrow, we actually have another NACE tournament, so tune in for that. It will be the Valorant Finals for NACE. And we have a lot of things to talk about there. They are going to be fighting off against UT Tyler. So tune in for that.
Thank you all, and have a good night.